Yes, it's time for the big question in which we tackle a major news story of the day. Tonight, as Keir Starmer and Labour remain firmly ahead in the polls, with some predicting a 200-seat majority, if Starmer becomes Prime Minister, can he make Britain great again? Will he be a good Prime Minister? To debate this, I'm delighted to welcome former Conservative Government Minister and television personality Ann Widdecombe and ex-Labour MP and now best-selling author Simon Danczuk. Simon, if he becomes Prime Minister, can Keir Starmer make Britain great again?
Well, he certainly can't do a worse job than the Conservatives have done over the last 12 years, that's for sure. He'd have to go some lengths to do that. I think he's a good leader. I think the jury's still out. You gave him on his scorecard an F earlier. I would currently give him something like a C. So there's still much for him to do, but he's certainly going in the right direction. He's talking tough on immigration, which he hasn't been doing previously. He's been very critical of the eco-protesters that you've just mentioned. So he's making progress. There's no doubt about that. What he has to be careful of is complacency. He's running into a general election. He mustn't take the Conservatives for granted, but he can get there and he can be a good Prime Minister. I'm convinced of that.
Ann Widdecombe, it's his to lose. Can he do a good job?
Well, I think he would make a very passable middle manager in a sort of middling type firm. And that's about what, his capabilities stretch to. I certainly don't see him as a great Prime Minister. I mean, this is the man who, not so long ago, couldn't even say in a television interview whether it was possible for a woman to have a male appendage. I mean, that is how completely, stupid and vacillating he is, unwilling to give an opinion on what was at that time quite an issue. He doesn't have vision. To lead, you need massive vision. There is nothing that we know about Keir Starmer's vision. What you actually have is a situation where you can tell exactly what he's going to say tomorrow by looking at today's headlines. So if today's headlines are about too much immigration, tomorrow he will say we've got too much immigration. And if today's headlines are about Brexit, tomorrow he will say, despite the fact that he used to be in favour of a second referendum and was totally anti-Brexit, he'll say, oh, no, we must make the best of Brexit. This is the man who supported Corbyn. Now, how on earth are you going to trust somebody? Where is the vision of a man who supported Corbyn? And what's his reaction to tax? His reaction to tax is more of it. And slam it on the private schools, for example. Now, that is not vision. Thatcher had vision. Truss, God bless her, she made a mess of it, but she had a vision. And that is what you need. And if you can't set out the sort of Britain that you want to see and then set out how you're going to get there, that is not leadership. Leadership is not responding to today's headlines.